Hello everyone and welcome to a game of chess with me. Just to get started here, I just wanted to go over what I'll be doing. Basically, I'm going to be playing chess and you're going to see it. I'm going to start with a 30-minute game you can see right here, and we will see how it goes. I want to just go over a couple things before we do get started. One, I am not a grandmaster by any means. I'm much closer to an amateur on chess.com. I've got a rating of, I think, somewhere around 1150 or something like that, which obviously is not an official rating, but that's just what it gives me so that I play opponents who have kind of similar skill levels. So you're probably going to be frustrated with a lot of moves that I'm going to make. But that being said, I am growing and I'm getting better. I've got a lot better as I've been playing on chess.com. So feel free to chime in with suggestions. If you see me make a move that's just absolutely stupid, tell me to avoid that in the future. And I'm always open to constructive criticism. So I'm going to go ahead and start this game and see who I'm playing against. These are actual live human opponents. I'm playing Sadim 1975, who's from good old US of A. He's going to start off with a king pawn up 1, which is interesting. Since this is my first game, I'm going to go ahead and play traditional style. I'm going to start with my king pawn up 2. I'm not going to try anything fancy. This is my first game. As you can see, I'm playing as black. 1160 is my rating. I generally hover around 1100, in between 1100 and 1200. And I did get up to 1200 once, and I promptly lost because my opponent was a little better than me. I'm not sure what the name of this opening is. I'm sure it has a name. I'm just going to stick with the classic opening. Here comes the queen. Okay. Obviously, he's free to take my pawn there and put my king in check. So I'm going to go ahead and defend my pawn like so. That's going to prevent him from taking over here. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of talk about my strategy as I'm playing. I'm going to walk you through what's going on in my mind as I'm developing my pieces. I'm going to hopefully be able to talk about my opponents as well and talk about what moves they're planning on making. Unfortunately, I have no idea what this guy's doing, advancing these pawns just 1. I'm sure there's a name for this opening, but I don't know what it is. I'm going to go ahead and threaten his queen because I just don't like that she's there. She's going to back off. I'm going to go ahead and bring this knight out. This knight defended by the queen here, as you can see. So my understanding of chess is that you're constantly supposed to be attacking the center of the board right here, and in doing so, never really backing off. And even when you're threatened, you don't want to retreat. You want to strategically maneuver so that your pieces are well defended by each other. So clearly, he's developing on the pawn front over here. This is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and bring this knight out. I'm just going to stick with this classic opening. This is what it is. So until he gives me a reason to do something else, I'm going to stick with this strategy that for the time being is working. Because as you can see, I'm controlling the center of the board with 2 pawns, bishop, both my knights, and of course my queen, and this bishop can get out as well. So I'm really controlling the center of the board right now. I've got a pretty steady hold on that. I'm still not sure what he's doing though. I'll tell you what he's doing is he's making it very hard for me to advance past the middle because a lot of area here is covered by his pawns, and his pawns are defended by each other. So it's going to be pretty sticky for me to get through. But I will do my best. As you get, for example, my knight can't go here because obviously that would be suicide. Can't move here. So this knight really can't advance forward. So what he's done is he's basically set up a good wall. I'm going to go ahead and get started on the action, though. I'm going to move this pawn up. See if he takes, which one he takes with. And then I'm obviously going to take back. If he does not take me, then I'm going to take over here because that'll leave this pawn stranded. Well, he'll take back with that pawn most likely. Or the knight, but if he takes back with the knight, then I'm free to take his pawn. What? Okay, there we go. The game's freezing up. Alright, so he brings his bishop out. He's obviously pinning my knight there. No big deal, no harm, no foul, because my knight's defended, so he's not in any danger right now. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with my strategy of... Well, now here's an interesting thing, is if I take here, then this pawn, well, it will be stranded. I guess I can take with this bishop here. I was going to say I can't take with the knight because he's pinning my king. But I can always take with the bishop. So I'm going to go ahead and take this pawn over here and see what his response is, whether he takes with the pawn or... Okay, he's going to go ahead and take my knight. He's going to trade, and then he's going to bring his queen down. I got you. Yeah, and he's going to go ahead and take my rook. No, he's not, because I'm going to bring out here. He will take my bishop, though. Nope, because my bishop's defended by my pawn. Okay, you're going to notice pretty quickly that I have very limited vision of what's going on in a game. My biggest areas where I need to grow are kind of long-term vision. I see the short game pretty well, and that's helped me to win a lot of games. But especially speed games, I play games with like 5 or 3 minute time limits, and I'm pretty good at those because I can see the short game pretty well. But I need to do a lot of growing in my long-term play. So this pawn is still an island out here. We got the queen, but if I'm going to go ahead and bring my knight out here, threatening his queen. We'll see what happens. He can always move it pretty much anywhere he wants. In fact, chances are he's still going to be defending that pawn even after he loses his queen. He's probably going to move it either here or down one to here. But I've definitely, I think, even though you can see I'm down material, I'm down a pawn. Yeah, he did move his queen down there. You can see I'm down a pawn, but I think I'm in good position. And again, he brought his queen out early. That's never a good idea. I mean, I'm gonna have him on the run here. I'm pretty confident of that. But a lot comes out of this move, and I'm sure everybody watching now is probably thinking, "Oh, I know exactly what you need to do," and I'm not seeing it. Obviously, my knight is stranded here, so I need to defend him or move him. And I think the best way to do this is going to be to move him because, well, I can bring my pawn up here like so. I'm going to do that, in fact, because that's a better advance. Again, you never ever want to retreat. Always advancing. Yeah, he went ahead and defended that pawn now. So he's going to remain a pawn up. All right, I need to do something on the offensive. I'm going to bring this pawn up to here, being defended by the knight and the bishop. And that's going to allow my queen passage out as well, both ways. Okay, he's going to go ahead and take there. Which is going to force me to move my knight, which means I'm only going to have one defense for this pawn here. but I think there's... Oh, here we go. I've got this option of taking here. Everybody's still defended, and I'm not down any material. Alright, so he's bringing out more material now. He's threatening with this knight, obviously. There's really not much he can do right now, but I'm going to have to keep an eye on that knight. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take this pawn here. Now let's see if he takes with the... Yeah, he took with the pawn. I figured, because that opens up his rook here. And there's... Well, now that I say that, I sound dumb, because if he takes with the queen, I take back with my bishop. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move this guy over like that. So now I'm putting pressure on that pawn from two different ways again. I like to keep pressure on pieces from multiple angles. It's always a good thing. I'm talking like I know something. Alright, now this is interesting. Well, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and bring the queen up. Actually, before I do that, let me make sure well, I want to do that. Knight's defended, everything's defended. Yeah, I'm bringing my queen up. If he wants to trade, then we'll trade, but I don't think he will. He hasn't really been in a trading mood so far. And I've got better position than he does, so I don't think trading, like I said, even though he's up material, I've got a better position with these guys. I'm putting more pressure on his king. So I don't think he would want to trade queens at this point. This is going to be it's going to be interesting to see what he does here, because he is going to trade queens. Oh, all right. Well, let's do it. Let's trade the queens. All right, he's going to check me. That's totally fine. He is up another pawn now, but I'm going to bring this guy up here. And now I'm going to bring him up here. And he's going to take my bishop. I should have moved over here. No, because I got my knight defending it. See, again, I don't even look at the whole board. I'm pretty bad at chess. Again, I'm more developed than he is, and he's bringing out pieces just very solitary. He's not really coordinating any attacks. Now I could take with my king. Here's a bit of well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take with my bishop. I was going to say I could take with my king, but that's just move my king even further out in no man's land. Or I could move my king and take with my rook, but then I'm giving him an extra move. But I don't have to do either. I can take with my bishop. And, ooh, gosh. Sometimes my computer freezes up a little bit, and I thought I was going to play my bishop right there. Move my bishop there, which would have been disastrous. Alright, so as you can see, my pawn is undefended, and if he takes my pawn with his bishop, he will be forking my rooks. So I'm going to go ahead and move this bad boy over here. And yes, he's going to take my pawn. There's really nothing I can do about it. I could have moved my bishop back, I guess. I probably should have done that, but that would be retreating. I don't like retreating. I'm going to go ahead and move my rook over here and make him... Well, he doesn't have to move because he's defended. Put me in check. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move up here. Let's think about it. If I move here, he can He can't check me again. If I move here, he can check me again, but only there and there. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to have to move his bishop either down this way or up this way. Unless he could push this pawn here and defend. That would be what I would do. Because that would give him a solid wall of pawns here too. This is interesting. I'm down 2 pawns, but I like where I'm at this point. And I don't want to forget also that this rook is undefended, so if he gives me a chance, I'm gonna... Okay, well he's letting me take his bishop. That's fine by me. If he moves that knight, I can take his rook, so... He's going to go ahead and put me in check. That's fine. I'm going to back off anyway. And I'm going to check again. That's fine. Let's see, if I move over here... Yeah, that wouldn't be good because he could put me in check here. And if I take with my rook, he'd be able to take with his rook. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat a little further. He was expecting me to come after him with my king, I think. Which, I mean, would have been good. But I think talking out, explaining my strategy to you as I'm playing is, I think, going to help me as I'm, if I'm just talking to myself and kind of going over my strategy. All right, he's going to trade rooks. It helps me to figure it out a little better. All right, so let's see what we got here. If that knight wasn't there, I'd take down in this area. I'm going to go ahead and actually move my rook here. That way I'm going to have 3 attacks on this pawn here. I think that's going to be beneficial for me. And I'm going to go ahead and take with this bishop. Now, as soon as I move my bishop, he's going to be in check. So I could use that to my advantage. Well, he's going to go ahead and take. So I'm going to go ahead and take back. He's going to go ahead and put me in check. NBD stands for no big deal. I'll go ahead and move up here. Alright, there's an interesting thing. As you can see, my bishop is defending my rook. So, okay, do not move the bishop. Thank you. I hate it when my computer freezes up like that. So my rook's not in any danger, at least not from the king. I think now's the time to bring this knight back here. I'm going to be threatening that pawn. Oh, that was a mistake because that lied my bishop. Oh, that's embarrassing. Well, not really, because check it out. I'm going to move my knight down here, putting him in check, and then I'll be able to take his rook. So we're fine. We just traded rooks is all. And he's still... Well, he's not going to be up material on me, so... I'm up 2 on him now. Alright, let's see. Let's see how this goes. This is where it's going to get tricky, because I'm pretty bad in the end game. Go ahead and... How am I going to do this? Start putting pressure on him. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take a pawn here. Nope, I can't do that because then he'll take my knight. So I'm going to put him in check. He's going to force him to move either here or here. I'd say he's probably going to move here to g3. And chess.com is not responding. Hopefully, do I need to recover the web page? Yeah, okay. And sometimes that happens. Don't worry, I won't lose any of the info of the game. It'll just load right back up. Once the internet is good, which I think it is. Alright. Yeah, okay, he moved to g3. That's not surprising at all, but I'm going to go ahead and... how am I going to do this here? Let's see if I move back here and I check him. He's going to have the option of moving here, here, or here. Yeah, he's going to come up and threaten me. How do I do this? I'm terrible at the end game, guys. Alright, I'm going to go back from whence I came. Alright, now he's threatening my bishop. No big deal. I can go ahead. I can back off all the way down here. Because as long as I'm threatening that pawn there, that's all that matters. If it gets down to be like a knight-king checkmate for me, or a king-bishop checkmate, you're going to see just how bad I am at this game. The game of chess. I'm going to move my king up. Now with my king up, then I can go check him. Alright, so if I move my knight over here, let's see, then I would essentially be trapped if he moved his king here. I don't see a way out of that, so I'm going to have to move back here. course, he's going to move his king back to this pawn over here. No, he's going to come after me. Okay, that's interesting, and I think that's a mistake on his part. Because now he's leaving that pawn hanging, and both of my pawns on this side are going to have much better access to the end of it all. Alright, now he's threatening my knight again. I can go ahead and move here. Checking him. He's going to move back here. Or here. One of these two spots. Yeah, there. I'm going to come down here and threaten. He may push up and force a trade. That'll be interesting to see. I'm a lot more nervous now than I was earlier because, like I said, I'm just terrible at the end game. And if it gets down to, yeah, he is going to force that. All right. If it gets down to just me and a king and a knight, it's there's no way I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to go ahead and put him in check. He's going to move back to here. Oh, it's going to force me to come up here with this guy. Wait, that's right where I was before. Oh. You know what I should have done was come over here, and then I would be attacking the pawn from two different ways. Because I'm an idiot, though, I didn't. So alright, let's go ahead and force him to move. I don't like that he's right there. Just put him in check. He's probably going to move to one of these two spots here. There's no way he's moving away from that pawn, so he's going to stick with what he can. If he moves here, that's good for me because I can move up and check him, but he didn't, of course. So I'm still going to move up there, though. Well, or am I? Actually, what I'm going to do is bring my king up like this. He will be able to check me. But not in a way that forks me, so I'm safe for now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take the pawn. And now I'm going to start advancing this guy. Well, no, I'm not actually. Well, yes, I'm going to go ahead and take. Yeah, he just resigned. Alright. So that, and we're just shy of the 30-minute mark. That was my first game, and I won! Yay! You're going to see a lot more of that in the future. I'm going to play some chess games. It's going to be exciting, and I will see you next time.